Today, we pull back the curtain on one of history's most enigmatic and visionary minds, Nikola Tesla. Who was the real man behind the legend? Born in 1856 in a small village in what is now Croatia, Tesla was a child of storms. Legend has it he was born during a fierce lightning storm, a dramatic entrance for a man who would one day seek to harness the very power of the heavens. From a young age, his mind worked differently. He was plagued by intense visions, flashes of light that would reveal fully formed inventions in his mind's eye. He claimed he could build, test, and even disassemble complex machines entirely within his imagination, a process he called mental engineering. This was not just a quirk. It was the crucible where his revolutionary ideas were forged. After studying engineering, though never quite finishing his degree, Tesla's journey led him to the burgeoning electrical industry in Europe and eventually to America. In 1884, he arrived in New York City with little more than a letter of introduction to the man who was already a giant of the age, Thomas Edison. The wizard of Menlo Park and the brilliant eccentric immigrant, it was a meeting of two titans. Edison, the master of direct current, or DC, had built an empire on it. But Tesla arrived with a radical new idea, alternating current, or AC. Imagine two rivers. Edison's DC is like a river flowing steadily in one direction. It's powerful, but it loses energy over long distances. Tesla's AC is a river that surges back and forth, a pulsating current that could be easily stepped up or stepped down in voltage. This meant it could travel hundreds of miles with minimal power loss, a feat impossible for DC. Tesla proposed this superior system to Edison, who, legend says, dismissed it, offering Tesla a handsome reward if he could improve Edison's own DC generators. When Tesla succeeded and Edison refused to pay, calling the offer a joke, Tesla walked away. The stage was set for one of the greatest rivalries in the history of science, the War of the Currents. Tesla soon found a powerful backer in George Westinghouse, an industrialist who saw the immense potential of AC. What followed was a public and often vicious battle for the future of electricity. Edison, fearing the loss of his DC empire, launched a smear campaign, publicly electrocuting animals with AC to prove its dangers. It was a dark chapter, but technology, like truth, has a way of winning out. The turning point came at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair. While Edison vied for the contract to illuminate the fairgrounds, Westinghouse, using Tesla's AC system, won the bid. That year, the White City glowed with a brilliance never before seen, powered entirely by Tesla's alternating current. It was a stunning demonstration, and it sealed the fate of DC. The world would be powered by AC, and every time you plug an appliance into a wall socket, you are using the system that Nikola Tesla championed. But the AC motor was just the beginning. Tesla's mind was a whirlwind of innovation. He invented the Tesla coil, a device that looks like something out of a science fiction movie, capable of producing high-voltage, low-current electricity and spectacular bolts of lightning. This wasn't just for show. It was a key step in his next great obsession, wireless communication and the wireless transmission of power. Long before anyone had a cell phone or Wi-Fi, Tesla dreamed of a world connected without wires. He envisioned a global system where information, pictures, messages, even stock quotes could be broadcast to a small handheld device. Sound familiar? He built a massive, mysterious tower at Wardenclyffe on Long Island, a giant mushroom of steel and copper that he believed would be the first broadcast station for a world wireless system. His ultimate goal was not just to send information, but to send electricity itself through the air, providing free energy to everyone on the planet. This was his grandest, most audacious dream. Imagine a world with no power lines, where energy was as abundant and free as the air we breathe. It was a utopian vision, but it was also a direct threat to the powerful energy monopolies of the day. His primary investor, the powerful banker J.P. Morgan, had backed him to create a wireless telegraph to compete with Marconi. But when Morgan realized Tesla's true aim was free, wireless power, something he couldn't put a meter on, he pulled the funding. The Wardenclyffe project collapsed, and with it, a part of Tesla's spirit. The later years of Tesla's life are a portrait of tragic decline. He continued to invent, patenting everything from a bladeless turbine to concepts for vertical takeoff aircraft, but he became increasingly isolated and eccentric. He spent his final decades living in New York hotels, his genius overshadowed by his peculiar habits, like his obsession with pigeons, particularly one white dove he claimed to love as one would a human being. He died alone and in debt in 1943 in room 3327 of the Hotel New Yorker. For a time, it seemed his name might fade into obscurity. Many of his papers were seized by the government, fueling decades of conspiracy theories. So, what is Tesla's true legacy? It's not just the 300 patents or the AC system that powers our modern world. It's the sheer audacity of his imagination. He wasn't just an inventor, he was a futurist, a man who lived in the 22nd century while trapped in the 19th. He foresaw radio, robotics, remote control, and the interconnected world we now take for granted. He dared to dream of a future where technology served humanity, not just profit. Today, his name is resurrected, carried by a company revolutionizing electric vehicles, a fitting tribute to the man who electrified the world. Nikola Tesla was a visionary, a poet of science, a man who saw lightning in a bottle and sought to give it freely to the world. His story is a powerful reminder that the greatest ideas are often the ones that challenge the status quo, and that the minds who dream of a better future are the ones who ultimately create it. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the mind of a master. If you enjoyed this exploration, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more deep dives into the lives of history's most fascinating figures. We'll see you next time.